use AI and a few cheap tools to build a system like this that scrapes emails specifically to the people that you want to talk to, the decision makers. And using that, you're going to send them personalized messages and emails on autopilot. And they won't even know it's AI, it's just so real. If you want to pay for this system long term, it's going to cost money, but for free trials, for like 1 week free trial, it's completely free. So what you need is you need leads from a Google Sheet. But before we're going to describe how to build the system, I'm going to need you guys to please like the smash button. Please like the smash button. And if you're tired of chasing leads, and if you're tired of trying to get emails and want a system that can get you this for free, all you have to do is just join my school group at the bottom in the link description, or the JSON file, and then import it into N8N. So what this is an N8N website, completely free. And so what we're gonna have to do before you even set the system up, you're gonna need to get a Google Sheet. So you need to get a Google Sheet with your spreadsheets that contain all your leads. So for this Google Sheet, as you can see, it looks just like this. It has the people's information like full name, last name, first name, company name, their title, their company ID, company URL, which is from LinkedIn, and the summary of what they do, like what about them, and all this stuff, how long they've worked, all these things. Most of this information is pretty private. I'm just leaking you their names, businesses. It's anything that I found on on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This cost me about a lot of money to get. This cost me like 400 a month in order to get these types of leads. But for you, I'm going to show you how you can get it for free. So you don't need to spend no 400, 500, 600. You can just get all of them for free. So what you need to do is you're going to need to go ahead and go to chatgpt.com. You're going to have to pick your niche. The niche can be like what niches are most likely to buy in your service or whatever you want to do. For me, I do contract management, so most of these leads I found off of LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which is going to be right over here. So all you have to do is just create an account, sign in, and then create yourself a free trial, which you can use to go ahead and search for leads. In order to save on time, we're going to be doing that later, but Sales Navigator, it's very easy. All you have to do is just do a bunch of research. You're going to have to research about your niche. So all you need is a niche and a service. So if you're a sales marketer, or if you write emails, or if you're just a trainer and you're looking for clients, all you have to do is just go on Sales Navigator and go ahead and do that research. So once you've done all this, once you have the Sales Navigator done, you have to go to Phantom Buster, and what you're going to do is you're going to use the Sales Navigator search export. It's very easy. All you have to do is just put in your link from the Sales Navigator, and it's going to round up all the leads and put them in a Google Sheet just like this. I'm going to be showing you that later, in probably this week. So now that it's in the Google Sheet, this is where the System 3 comes in. This is what I call it, System 3. It looks just like this. Each node it's going to take the first name, it's going to take the first name and last name and company name, and it's going to find emails for you. Once it finds emails using Anymailfinder, it's going to go through validate email. It's going to make sure the email is valid. From there on, if it's invalid, it goes back to replace me, and it goes through the loop node. This loop node takes leads. Here, let me show an example. This loop node is going to take around this loop node is going to take around 2,200 items, just like that. It's going to take one item at a time. Out of those 2,200, it's going to take only one loop item. And then this one item goes through Anymailfinder, which searches if the email is valid. If it's valid, it goes to another validator, make sure it's double valid. If it's valid, it goes to another email, which double makes sure it's valid. And then once that's valid, it goes through the merge node. Then we'll go through Perplexity to kind of do research about this guy. We're going to search up their name, their last name. We're going to do research, and then we're going to go through email guard to find out if it's a Google or if it's not Google email. If it's a Google email, it's going to go up here. If it's not a Google email, it's going to go down over here. We're going to put the system on pause. So as you can see, it works. And you're wondering, what is this? So let me show you something. This is called Instantly.ai. As you can see, we're currently running emails right over here. We have around 400 people listed. So as you can see, out of these 2,000 people, we found around 400. But we still need to do a lot more system running, because I think we're only halfway. But I put the system on pause. As you can see, it works. And so what this does is once the lead goes from here to here, it is essentially listed right over here on it's called Instantly.ai. And then you're going to be writing sequences like emails. Hello, icebreaker. This icebreaker we got from this Perplexity node. As you can see, this kind of does research on it, and then it creates an icebreaker, and then using this icebreaker, we're going to go ahead and put it on our emails. So let me just show you how it looks. We're going to be clicking the preview email. So this is the preview email. These quotation marks are not going to be present, I promise. This is just an example, but hi Jared, and then here's the icebreaker. I'm impressed by your leadership optimizing SC John papers or whatever. This is the hospital company that this Jared works for, and we got it from basically doing research with the Perplexity node, and then creating an icebreaker specifically to whatever company that person works for. It's pretty easy. And then we mentioned what we specialize in. Yeah, this email is quite too long, but it's all right. And so these are mostly the emails. Notice how none of these emails are like you don't see Google anywhere. That's because we're filtering out the Google emails from the actual emails. Because if we have Google emails with our actual emails, it's going to just be a big mess, a big clump. And so one of the easy, like once you have the email separated to email and Gmail, then what you need to do is you need to go on this website called clay.com. So this is how it looks like. So as you can see, the Gmails matches with Gmail and the email matches with the email. So what this does is essentially, I can only explain it, but it's going to grab whatever, if there's a lead in the Gmail, and we're using the Gmail tab, it's going to grab the lead with this webhook, title, and a perplex, whatever research we've done in it. Here, let me here a better example. We're going to grab the email, the director, who this person is, the company they work for, and the last name and first name. And we get this information all from this system. And then for clay.com, what we're going to do is we're going to use zero bounce to validate their email again. If it's invalid, we're not going to send nothing to these people. We're just going to block them. But if the email is valid using zero bounce, we're going to go ahead and use Anthropic. As you can see, it creates the icebreaker based on the research that we've provided to Anthropic, like Nam Duong is a direct supply chain manager. First name Nam, last name Duong, company Airgas. So using that, it's going to create a simple what's it called, icebreaker, like, hey, I'm impressed by your leadership of managing $3 billion in a global procurement spend at Airgas. And then with this icebreaker created, it's going to go ahead and we're going to list that person on Instantly.ai, this website right over here. And so this is how we're going to send emails from now on. It's a very simple system. And if you guys want to get the system all for free without having to build any of this, all you have to do is just join my description below, join my school group, and then I'll be there on 24/7. So if you have any questions, just message it to me and I'm going to respond to you ASAP. So now once you have this done, is you're going to go ahead and start building it from scratch. So get leads. This is how it looks like. You have 2,200 items, way too much items. It has everything you ever need. So using this, we're going to go ahead and just create a simple loop over node. This is very easy to find. All you have to do is just type in loop, click, and boom, you're done. So right now we're just going to remove it. It's a little messy. And every loop node has this replace me. This is just like, it's nothing. There's nothing in it. It's just, we can delete it, but it's just there to kind of make everything look pretty. If node, if it's false, it goes here. If it's false, it goes here. If it's false, it goes here. It's just a rerouter system, nothing else. So loop node loops 2,200 items. 2,200 items, one by one. So that way, we're not going to get a massive clump. Yes, this will take time, and it will take a few hours to filter out all of 2,200 emails, but this is much better than ad spend, than cold calling, than anything else. We just get the person's email, and then we can just follow up 10 different follow-ups within a whole month, and this person will be interested. This is such a cheap system, and you can charge your clients from $50 all the way to $2,000. It's that easy, and it's all thanks to System 3. So going back to this build, we're just going to go ahead and click on the AI agent. This AI agent is tasked with filtering out fixing the full names, fixing the names. So if the name has like a funny emoji, we're going to go ahead and tell the AI to remove any emoji or any misspelling, or if the names are all in capital, we're going to tell this AI agent to lower it to lowercase. Another example, if the name has like capitals and it's messy, we're going to go ahead and organize it lowercase. Here's another one. If we have a full name that has Allison Lamontage and then random MBA stuff, or random kind of like acronyms or any other like emojis, we're just gonna remove it, and the AI will output Allison Tin. If the name has Wasim El Ali, like a middle name, the AI is gonna remove this middle name. It's gonna output Wasim Ali. And if we have Cliff C, like no last name, it's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and just output Cliff C. And it's just as simple as that. We don't want any emoji. So an example, Robert O'Toole has an emoji. We're just going to go ahead and output Robert O'Toole, removing the emoji. The reason we do this, the reason we need to organize the full names, is because we're going to feed it into an Anymailfinder system. For Anymailfinder, it needs company name, full name. So it needs the full name. We don't want any emojis putting it into Anymailfinder, because if we do, it's gonna have an invalid, and it's going to give us a random email, and it's just going to be really messy. We want the person, their company, and the exact email that they use, and we got to make sure it's valid, because if it's invalid, we're going to be sending a bunch of emails to people that don't exist, and this will harm our emails. This will harm our email accounts, because right now, as you can see, I have 3 emails that I'm using, and all these emails are going to get hurt. They're all going to get hurt if I'm just going to send a bunch of emails, thousands of emails every month to fake emails, because Microsoft or Google are just going to block them, and we don't want that. We want money, we want clients. So going back to the System 3, we're going to go ahead and we're going to validate the email to ensure that we don't get bad emails. We're going to feed it through an email validator, which is also an Anymailfinder, but it's going to be verified email. The previous Anymailfinder, we had find email and person, but this Anymailfinder we're going to use just to validate this email, to make sure it's valid. If it's valid, we're going to feed it through an if node. This is how an if node looks like. If the email status is valid, you can pass it. If the email status is risky, in my opinion, it's almost the same thing as valid. Some emails may be fake, but it's okay. We have much more email validators that will be putting these emails through. If it's risky, just pass it. But if the email status says false, it's going to go automatically to the false section, or if it's invalid, it's going to go automatically to false section. So this filter only filters out anything that's valid and risky. Next, we're going to go to never bounce. Same exact thing. It's just like the last mail finder, but this time it's a little different. So it's going to take the email and it's going to make sure that it is valid and that the status is success. Because if there's it does have a few flags, like has a DNS and whatever, but this is valid and this is exactly what we want. If it's invalid, it's going to go through this right over here. Valid, this success equals true only passes valid and catch all. Catch all is the same thing as risky, but in never bounce terms, if it's false, it goes down and redirects, and if it's false, it just goes down and we grab another lead and then we filter out. If the lead is successful, then we go to this merge node. This merge node is only set up to kind of combine, to take the email from here and to combine with the status valid. That's it. If the email is invalid, it's going to go down and restart. Next, we have the perplexity node. This just does research on the person, so all we have to do is just give them the name, their company, and their title, and the company that they work for, and the AI is going to do all the research for them. As we told Perplexity to provide a concise summary of achievements, role, community work, traits, and news, and any other deep research. And then using this, it's going to go ahead and create you a specific research on this person. So the person we have is Monique Elser. Who is this person? It's a supply chain director at Zones LLC, which is a big company, and she's also in management of a team of 60 people. She has successfully driven supply chain and reduced cost for this company. And then her unique traits: partnership with the supply chain and focus on team development. Perfect. We're going to use this research to create an icebreaker, customized icebreaker just for this person, to make them feel like whoa, this person knows me. Who's this? Even though we don't know them. So we're going to use email guard to process the email that we have from Monique Elser at zones.com, and then the email host is custom mail server. So as long as the email host is not Google, it's going to go filter down over here. If it is Google, it's going to go up here. Next, we have normalized common. So what we're going to do is we're just going to organize these names. So the email, every time we write email, it's going to list the email. Every time we write full name, it's going to list the actual full name. Every time we list the last name, it's going to list this name, company, and title, and message. This is the research, basically the research that the Perplexity did. And then this is just an organizer, and then we're just going to filter out to if it's domain. If it's Google, it goes up. If it's not Google, it's going to go automatically down. This is the normalized email. So this is just to kind of this is not needed. I just did it for extra kind of like clarification for the clay.com information. And so let me show you how you can connect clay.com to this output. We want all this information, or yes, all this information into clay.com, so that way we can filter out and send people the email that we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to clay.com. We're going to go ahead and create a new workbook just like this. We're going to title it emails, and what we're going to do is we're going to type in all research, type in webhook. This webhook is a connection from clay.com all the way to N8N.com. Okay, so we're going to use a C-coil. We're going to create an auth token just for us. It's like a specific token. Copy it right over here. You're going to import it just like this. But before I do that, let me just check the bottom to make sure it's safe. Perfect. Perplex. Email, good. Title, good. Company, good. Last name, good. So boom, we're just going to be doing it just like this. Perfect. This is awesome. Okay, let's go. So import, we're going to paste the import right over here. And as you can see, it's going to say your auth token right over here. So we're going to go ahead and copy it from here, put in the auth token, boom. And what you're going to do is you're going to click import. Boom. So now you've successfully connected your personalized sheet lead to N8N, just like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab this information and we're going to list it on clay.com. So this is how it's going to look like. We have first name. Perfect. We're going to remove this and we're going to go ahead and click expression. We're going to drag it just like that. So now we have just the first name, which is awesome. Next, we're going to do this exact same thing for all of them. So just like that. Next, we're going to have last name. Then we're going to have company. Next, we're going to have title. Next, we're going to have email. And then next, we're going to have perplexity, or just perplex, whatever. Perfect. So now it's just a drag and drop. Boom. Drag and drop right over here. Last name, company, we're going to drag and drop as well. It's called Zones LLC, whatever that is. Title, we're going to drag and drop here. Email, we're going to drag and drop. And perplex, we're going to drag and drop the research that we did with perplexity. Perplex is just a short term. We're going to be using this research for the icebreaker, personalized icebreaker. Okay, perfect. So now that you've successfully connected everything, we should be good. Save it and get ready to run the system again. Okay, boom, the system is running. Now, any moment, you'll see that the webhook that we've created right over here is going to be listed right over here. But this is only for emails. The emails, if this goes through here, right over here to the email section, then we're going to get a webhook and we're going to have this information listed all at the bottom. Boom, as you can see, we've just received our webhook. Perfect, it looks amazing. Now we're going to create a column. We're going to create an email column. We're going to create a title column. We're going to create a company column. And we're going to go ahead and create a perplexity node column. This is just for the icebreaker that we're going to use. We're going to create a last name column. And we're going to create a first name column. Nice, so this is pretty easy. Anyway, so while this thing is running in the background, we're going to continuously keep getting webhooks. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and enlarge our page. We're going to go ahead and type in 0 bounce. So this is very important. We're going to make sure that that this 0 bounce is going to validate the email that we're going to use. So right now we're going to type in, we're going to grab the email right over here in this email section. Where is it? Perfect. We're going to make sure it's safe to use. So we're going to see if the status is valid. Okay, let's see. We're going to run 2 rows. It's queued at the moment. Okay, boom. So the first name, so the first row, Adrian Villa, is invalid, but for Monique Elser, her email is correct. Monique Elser at zones.com. So this is a correct email. Perfect. Anyway, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and see exactly what we've done with the other row. So that way you guys can see an example. So if we go down to the Gmail section, this is the previous Gmails that we've ran, only 14 of them. So as you can see, if the status of the email is invalid, we're gonna not process anything. We're just gonna ignore that person. But for now, we're gonna create a personalized icebreaker. So we're gonna use that research that we've done using with Perplexity, and we're gonna go ahead and create an icebreaker just for them. So go back to your pool data, go ahead and type search up Anthropic. This is gonna create you a personalized icebreaker. Go ahead and click Cloud Generator, just like that. You're gonna click Configure, and so we're just gonna copy paste exactly what we've done with Gmails. So first name, and last name. Perfect. Research, it's going to use, what's it called? It's going to use Perplex. Perfect. And we're just going to save and don't run. Perfect. So now we're going to use the exact same thing. We're going to do a prompt. Copy this. We're going to do the exact same thing. Prompt. So write a highly personalized icebreaker for a cold outreach emails using the following info. So person/company research. We're going to go ahead and grab the perplexity. Perplex. Next, last name, and first name. Perfect. We're only stuck on 4th row. Let's just see what's up. Usually it's not supposed to be that slow. So I see that we filter out 2 of them. Okay, what happened? Status, catch all, has a DNS. Okay, cool. What's wrong? Let's see why one. Okay, true. Let's see of those false branch. It looks like status success result unknown. If it's unknown, it's going to filter out all the emails right over here. Perfect. So we have 2 of them right over here. We found bad emails. We found if you guys see the lines, notice the lines. Notice how these 2 are green and this one's gray. If it's gray, nothing went through it. If it's green, things went through it. So we've just filtered out 3 bad emails. So for Mark, pretty bad. Email status not found. Email success, emails unknown. And for this one, email status not found. Perfect. So we've just saved ourselves a ton of fake emails. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and finish up what we've started before. We're going to pull this in right over here. This is just examples. We're going to go ahead and say use Perplex to do research, and then use Perplex to do research again, and then examples. I'm impressed by your leadership saving the company. Title company. Perfect. Perplex company, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of companies, bro. Okay, perfect. We're gonna do use Perplex, just like that. We're gonna do this again. Use Perplex. And then we're just gonna do write out examples. Company. So whatever, this is just a row, the company row. Whatever this says, it's just gonna go down and pick specific company that it has. Okay, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. 2, 2. Okay, comp. Title. And almost done. Comp. Now you're done. Perfect. So this is just an example. You guys can copy this. I'm just gonna leave it down in my group. Join below it. The group is awesome. It's really awesome. You guys get to save a lot of money, and you guys get to make a lot of money too. So we're gonna do settings, medium, 1024, right? I don't know what this is. This is just cool stuff. Model settings 1024, perfect. And so we're gonna use AI. We're gonna say if if status is valid. Only if the only if the status is valid. Perfect. No, yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Then what we're going to do is we're going to run this row, and it's going to create us icebreakers just for that. Next, instantly add to campaign. Very easy. Instantly add to campaign. This is a campaign. What we're going to do is we're going to grab our campaign, and we're going to list all these emails into what we want. So first name, we're going to write the first name. Next, we're going to write last name right over here. Next, we're going to write company name, company. Perfect. Next, we're going to write personalization, actually custom variable. We're going to type in icebreaker. What we're going to do is we're going to put in the output that we have from Anthropic. Where is it? Personalized icebreaker response. Perfect. Just like that. And we're going to run it only if what's it called? If personalized icebreaker is present. So output no, yes, yes, perfect. Then we're going to run save in 14 rows, and we're going to run all these people. They're all going to get listed on our instantly.ai. From there on, once the emails are listed, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, go to instantly, go to sequences, write out your email, and as you can see, this is going to send automatically all the emails without you having to press the send button at all. So what we're going to do is we're adding emails right now. So we have 14. As soon as our row is finished running, you can see that we have much more emails than before. So we're just going to refresh this page. See, we have one more email added, but it's automatic. It's just going to be automatically updated. So the schedules, the emails are going to be ran from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. this time, and it's going to only the days are going to be Monday, Tuesday. We're going to ignore Saturday, Sunday. So you don't have to do any work. It's that easy. If you guys want this, link in the description. Join anytime you want, and peace